my YouTube friends, streaming popularity is at an all-time high right now. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a Twitch account, put software on your system and set it up to live stream to Twitch. Really easy. So when you're done watching this, you're going to be able to push the go live button and stream your favorite game to Twitch. We've got a lot to get to, so you know what? Let's get to it! First, let's set up a Twitch account to stream to. Now there is a lot of graphics and stuff that you can create to make your Twitch channel look amazing. But today, I just want to cover how to get your account created so you can start streaming right away. You can beautify your channel over time, but let's just get you streaming. Alright, so what we're going to do is, this is the Twitch. We're going to go ahead and click the sign up right here. We're going to put in a username that we want to use. And we'll do that. And we can create a password here. And we'll put in our phone number. And then we just got to put in our date of birth. And then what we need to do is get our verification code on the phone that we just set up. And there we go. Streamer Helpline has an account. So you could go through here and choose games and all that sort of stuff if you like. Doesn't really matter. You don't have to do any of this. But what we're going to do is we're going to go up here and we go to our channel. You can see there's all kinds of things we could do to customize the channel. We can edit it and everything else right here. We're just going to go into our settings because this is going to have everything that we really need. And if we go to channel and videos, we could pretty much get all the information that we need to stream right here in the stream manager. You're going to have your chat right here, your activity feed right here. You can see that we're offline. So this is going to be kind of where you see your actual stream. Here's where you're going to edit stream information if you want to, but we're going to be able to do that directly in the platform. So really, we're done setting this up, at least for now. That's the bare minimum, the basics that you have to do. Next, we're going to go ahead and set up our stream. Now we have our Twitch account created. We need to have the software on our computer so that we can stream to Twitch. I'm going to show you how to connect using Prism Live Studio. It's totally free. The reason I've chosen Prism Live Studio for this tutorial is that it's got built-in features that allow you to easily create a full live stream without having to create any assets outside of the software. Now there are links in the description down below so you can download it and check it out, follow along for yourself. That is the best way to learn. And of course, there is other free software available like OBS, but it's more difficult to learn and it doesn't have all the built-in features. So you'd have to create a lot of assets outside of OBS on your own. Since the goal here is to get you up and running fast, Prism Live Studio is definitely the best option for that. So let's get our stream set up. Next, we're going to install Prism Live Studio. It's pretty simple. We're going to go to this page. The link, of course, is in the description, and it's totally free. You go down here, you can get the Windows or Mac version, depending upon what sort of machine you're using. I'm on Windows. If you click there, it's going to go ahead and download it right here. Once your file is downloaded, all you have to do is go into your download section, and you can double click on it, and you're going to get this administrative prompt, which you can't see, but you just click yes, and you want to go ahead and select your language right here. And then click install. Now it's already installed on my machine, as you can see up here, but it's going to be a standard install that you run through. When you get to the other side of the install, it's going to ask you what account you want to log into. You want to make sure that you log into the same Twitch account that we just connected to so that you are connected. Then once you get in here, we're going to go ahead and connect to our Twitch by just hovering over here and clicking the plus, and we'll put our username in here. Then we're going to go ahead and put our password in here, and we're going to log in, and you just need to authorize. And now our account is all set up so we can live stream directly to Twitch. And we can set everything up here. So then we're going to click this little three dots here, and we're going to go to profile, and we're going to select new, and then we're going to put in Twitch, and we're going to click OK. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go down here to this exclamation point, and we're gonna go to Twitch right here. It's 1920 by 1080 at 30 frames per second. We're going to apply it now, and it's going to change the recommended resolution to 1920 by 1080 and 30 frames per second. We're going to click apply now. Then we're going to go down here and we're just going to check our settings. So the first thing I want to do is go into audio, and anything that says default, we're going to just change this to disabled. We want to select our own audio, and we'll just apply that, and you can see it removes our audio. We're going to go into output. You can see we've got Twitch, servers auto recommend, output mode is simple, and our video bit rate. Let's go ahead and drop this down. We'll go to advanced, and we're going to go to streaming. We're going to want to select our encoder. So if you have an NVIDIA graphics card, you're going to go ahead and select the NVIDIA H264 or the HEVC. I usually use 264. I just feel like it works really well. We do not want to rescale the output. Our rate control, there's a bunch of different ones that you could select here. A lot of people like to use the CQP with the QP level of 20, and that'll work just fine. If you're going to go with CBR and you want to do 30 or 60 frames per second, you're going to want to go with a bit rate of around 6,000 kilobits per second. You could set your preset, but usually this stuff is set up so it is pretty good. It's already set up for what your machine will do. So I would recommend going with something like the CBR with 6,000 kilobits per second, or the CQP with 20, and you'll be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and click apply on that, and now we have all of this set up. We can go to the video section. You want to make sure that 1920 by 1080 is your resolution, and you have it set in both. Now, I think that 30 frames per second is adequate for you to start streaming on. I'm not sure I would go any higher than that until you get the hang of it. Once you decide that you want to change this, if you wanted to go to 60 frames per second or something like that, then you're going to have to come back into your output and adjust your kilobits per second bit rate or your CQ level right here. So just keep that in mind. This is for 30 frames per second, and it will do just fine. Once you start to get up there, you're going to have to add a little more. As far as anything else, we're going to go up here to general, especially if you just installed this. We're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and where it says display method, you're going to want to go ahead and select text. Yours is probably real-time screen. Text is a lot easier for your machine to handle, so you should be good to go. You just want to select text, and that just means that your scene names are going to come up here instead of images of your scene, which uses resources that you don't need to use. And there we go. So now we're all set. What we're going to do is create our live stream. We go over here to scene, and we're going to go and we're going to rename this, and we're just going to call this our wait scene. And all we have to do is add our wait scene sources. So we're going to come over here and we're going to use, let's go ahead and use our text template for this, because they already have scenes set up that we can use. And we'll call this one our wait scene. Click OK. And we can go here to the screensaver, and we could just select one of these ones that we like. This one is the stream is starting soon. You can do thanks for watching and change the text. There are a couple of different ones in here. Be right back. We're going to use those for those exact situations. So we're just going to take the stream is starting soon. Click OK. Now at this point, if you have some music that you want to put in the background while this runs before your stream, you can go ahead and click the plus and go into your media sources and select audio that you want to use. Now you want to make sure that you, let's call this background music. Now you want to make sure that the music you select is not going to get you any copyright strikes, and you want to loop it. And you can get all kinds of different music out there if you want, and this isn't necessary. You don't have to have any sound or audio on here if you don't want to. But if you want, get some copyright free music, go out there, grab it, and then you can put it in here as a loop for your intro and your outro stuff before your stream actually starts. So I have standard music that I always use. I don't have to worry about copyright on this because I physically created it. So I'm going to go ahead and Find it. There it is. Boom. Stick that on there. It's looping. And now we have our initial scene all set up. Looks good. Starting soon. So now we want to add another scene, and we're going to call this talking, and click OK. We're going to go ahead and add sources to talking. In this case, it is going to be a video capture device, a camera, and we'll just call this cam. Click OK. And now all we have to do is drop this down and select what camera we want to use. Now we can use the prism lens cameras, and there are some significant benefits to using those. So why don't we go ahead and use the prism lens camera, and we'll click OK. What I'm going to do is go ahead and open prism lens, and we'll drop this down and select the camera that I want to use. And there we go. And as you can see, I can automatically remove the background using the prism lens camera. So we just have to go in here and click prism lens not in use. So if you want to download prism lens for your live stream, it's really simple, and there are a lot of really awesome tools that you can use with it. On Prism Live Studio, you're just going to go to product and then desktop app under prism lens, and you just download it right here. And the reason why you might want to do that is because it gives you the ability to go ahead and remove that background. So there you go. So if we wanted to go ahead and load another background, we can just select it right here, and there we go, and we can move it below the cam, and there we go. So now we have our background removed. It's that simple. No green screen, no nothing. I just used prism lens, and we've already got it. So now we have a just talking screen. Maybe we want to actually add some chat in here as well. So we can go to prism chat and click OK. And click OK, and we could select the style of the chat that we want. There are 4 that are already set up, and we could change the font size, do all kinds of other cool stuff with this. We're just going to select a basic one. We're going to move it over here, and we'll go ahead and make it a little bigger, and there we go. So now we have chat in here right there, and we can just talk. One other thing that we can add is we could go up here and we can use our viewer count widget, and we can just pop that in here. I like this one right here. I think it's fun. It adds a little bit of animation. We'll just move this right here. What this is going to do is show us how many people are actually watching our stream. And there we go. So now we have our chat over here, and we have this little guy up here. We've got our talking screen all set up. So the stream would start with wait, move to talking. Next, we're going to go ahead and add a Be Right Back scene. So we'll just call this BRB and click OK. And all I'm going to do is go and click the plus, and I'm going to go into our text template once again, and we'll just call this BRB scene. Click OK, and I'm going to go to screensaver, and we'll just go right here to Be Right Back. We could change the text if we want right there, but there's no need to do it. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to reuse our media source right here, our audio that we already selected for our background music. I'm just going to put it in there, and there we go. So now we have some audio here, and then I'm going to put one more scene in here. We're going to call this end, and what I'm going to do is click the plus, and I'm going to go to our text template once again, and we'll call this end scene. Click OK, screensaver, and thanks for watching. That works for me. As I said, you could change the text right there. Boom. We'll add some audio to that as well. So we're going to go to our media source, and all I'm doing here is adding the existing media source that we already set up. Boom. Now it's in there. So we have our wait, talking, be right back, and end scene. All that's missing is our game scene. Let's go ahead and click the plus, and we'll call this game, and click OK. Then I'm going to click the plus here, and I'm going to add my video capture device, and I can use the same one that we already added. Boom. And so then I can shrink me down all the way down here into the corner, so that when we add our game, I'll show up behind it. Now we just have to add our game. So I'm going to click the plus, and I'm going to go in, I'm going to select game capture. And I am going to go ahead and capture any full screen application, and we'll kick one off and we'll see how this works. We got normal and blah blah blah, all this other stuff you really don't have to mess with too much. We'll just click OK, and let's go ahead and kick off a game, and I'll show you how this works. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this onto another screen so I can better show you, but you can see this is full screen. So I'm just going to go ahead and move it to a different screen. There we go. So now it's full screen on another screen, and so when I open up our Prism, you can see there it is, it's showing up. Now the screen that it's on is 720, which is the reason why I had to resize it there, but you get the point. So now it's on there, but we don't have any audio. So we want to pick up the audio. We're going to go ahead and click the plus, and we're going to go to a application audio capture. Click OK, and we'll call this one game audio, and we're going to click OK on that. Now we just need to go ahead and select our game audio. In this case it is Starfield. We'll click OK, and you don't see any audio. And the reason why you're not seeing any audio is because I'm not actually selected in the game. So if I select the game, if I just mouse over it and click on it, there you go. You can see your game audio coming up. So now we have my camera audio, we have our game audio, and I can take my camera here and move it anywhere I want. I could also load in my chat in here if I wanted to, or I could put my widget back in here for our viewer count if I want to. We could just add the existing one in there, and I could pop that up anywhere I want. So there you go. Now we got our viewer count. I can easily add the chat in here as well. So we'll do Prism chat, and I'm just gonna use the same Prism chat we already have, and I will just move it over here and shrink it up. And there we go. So now we've got chat in here, we've got our little guy up there. We have everything we need. We've got our wait scene with music, we've got our talking scene right here, we've got a be right back scene, we have an end scene, and we have a game scene. I'm gonna move our game scene up right below our talking scene so we can switch back and forth from talking to our game. And you can see when I switch back to the game, it's not showing up here. And that's because it's not selected. So when I select the game, it will just pop right back up. Now if you get annoyed with that happening that way, it's really easy to fix. So let's go down here, and instead of doing a game capture, I'm going to go ahead and delete our game capture, and I'm going to click the plus, and instead I'm going to do a display capture. And then I'm just going to capture the display. I'll call this one game scene, and I'm just going to capture the display that our game is on right there and click OK, and then I can embiggen that and move it down below our other stuff to keep moving it down. There we go. So now I moved it down below. Now when I switch to talking and I come back, it's always going to be there because it's not counting on it seeing a full screen application. It is actually just seeing the display. You can do it either way. Some people feel like they get better quality when they do game capture than screen capture. And obviously if you're going to do screen capture, it means you got to have multiple monitors. So there's that. So now we have our game scene all set up. There's a couple little quality of life things that I think we can do that can add some flair to your live stream. Let's go ahead and add a transition to our live stream. And the transition button is right here. So we're just going to click on that, and instead of cut or fade, which are the standard ones, we're going to click the plus, and we're going to add Luma Wipe. Luma Wipes are built in. You could use as many of them as you want. There are so many in here, and you could basically select one and do a preview, and it'll show you what it's going to look like right there. I really like to use the watercolor one right here, and if we preview that, you can see it kind of just dribbles it down. I'm going to click OK, and then I'm going to modify it even further. We're going to click that. We have Luma Wipe. Instead of 3 milliseconds, I want it to be 3,000 milliseconds, and I'm going to click OK. And now when we switch scenes, we get this really cool slow wipe effect across the screen. We could switch from talking to our game. Now we're ready to go. So we can just go and we can go and put it on our wait scene. We can click this go live button right over here to go live. Now we might want to at first go up here and set it up. As you can see, we've already connected. So all we have to do is we can go here and we can set up our live information. So we can set up our title, our go live notification that can be sent out to other people, our categories. So what are we streaming? Games, what game? Tags that you want to use, English, content classification. So, you know, you're going to put in here, you know, what your content classification is. We're all set. You just click OK on that. It's going to save those settings. You can also get a link right here to the live stream so that you could share this on your other social media. As well, you could share it directly from here with Facebook and Twitter if you have those already added in. And if we drop this down, we could disconnect from Twitch, or we could go directly to Twitch. Once you go live, if you put this sort of stuff on screen or whatever, you're going to have it right there. You can also open up your chat by just clicking this button right here. And so you're going to have your chat listed right here. And you can redock this anywhere you want. And it will show your stream chat. You can send a message. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. So we have everything we need right here in Prism Live Studio to do all of the things that we want to do. It's perfect. Now you're all set to just click that button and go live. Now all you need to do is push that go live button and you're streaming on Twitch. It's that easy. Now that you're a Twitch streamer, what sort of things do you want to learn next? Do you want to see more content about setting up Twitch branding and graphics for your channel? Or maybe you want to learn more about adding audience engagement features like channel points, systems, or maybe alerts? Let me know right down there in the comments. Also, if you want to see a video like this, building a simple stream in OBS for Twitch, well, bleep bloop it down below and let me know. You can learn how to connect your alerts to Prism Live Studio for your live streams right here. And if you want to connect with me, you can check out my live stream every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I look forward to seeing you there. And a big thanks to Prism Live Studio for sponsoring this video. I couldn't possibly do this without them or you, so thanks. And if you're always looking for tools, tips, and tricks to help make you a better live streamer or YouTuber, subscribe to the channel. My name is Michael Feyrer Jr. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.